received appreciation from a coworker and it just felt disingenuous? Or maybe they delivered it in a way or in an environment and it just made you feel a little bit cringy? Yeah, I have too. Sharing appreciation to your coworkers is super important, but perhaps even more important is how you tell or show them. By the end of this video, you're going to be armed with 3 tips that will help ensure you are sharing appreciation in a way that it can be best received by the intended audience, not turning them off or completely misaligning your intention with the impact. Let's dive in. In this video, we're hitting 3 juicy tips focused on helping you to tell or show appreciation to your coworkers. Starting with a critical question that must be asked. Next, how to find opportunities to give gratitude. And finally, the importance of experimenting and having fun. First off, let me just say thank you. Appreciation is contagious. And the fact that you're watching this video, it means that you're interested in learning how you can continue nurturing appreciation and gratitude for your coworkers. And that's such an important step in creating a very engaged and inclusive culture. So thank you. Thank you for watching, thank you for your interest, and thank you for being you. Our research at Change Enthusiasm Global actually discovered that the #1 most effective strategy to re-engage employees who might be feeling resistant when going through change is showing appreciation. Showing appreciation for the efforts that they're making and making that change a reality. It's so important when you're looking to nurture that engaged, energized, and inclusive culture. With that out of the way, let's dive into these 3 tips that are going to help enable you to have more effective shows of appreciation to your coworkers. Tip number 1, ask how they like to receive appreciation. This is the one most critical question to ask to help ensure that your intent of showing appreciation and having that appreciation heard and felt can get misaligned with the impact that's received. How does this particular individual like to receive appreciation? Now, that question in and of itself, the way that it's worded, can feel a little bit awkward perhaps as you're trying to engage with your coworkers. So a different way of getting to this same response is framing it almost as if you're invited a story. Ask the question of, hey, I'm curious, can you tell me about a time when you felt the most appreciated? Like, why did you feel so appreciated, and what did that individual or individuals do or say that made you feel that way? That response is going to give you a lot of insight to how they like to receive appreciation. And it's also going to invite that feeling of appreciation in that conversation alone. You're probably aware of this fact, but there are some individuals that despise being shown appreciation in a public way, right? In front of a big group, in front of a team, in a town hall. They hate it and just want to run away and escape, and can almost get angry and resentful for those who are sharing that appreciation so publicly. And others who thrive off of that and really enjoy when they're being appreciated in front of a large group. So again, ask this question or invite them to tell that story so that you can get better in tune with how they in particular like to receive appreciation. The second tip is to strive to find opportunities to give appreciation. Once you're aware of how a certain individual likes to receive appreciation, strive to find an opportunity, at least weekly, to tell or to show that individual that you're grateful for them. And what's going to make that gratitude a lot more resonant and meaningful is if you can tie it back to exactly the action, the behavior that that individual displayed that you're appreciative of. And sometimes that appreciation is just for them being who they are. It reminds me, I used to work in a battery manufacturing plant, and there was an individual that I worked with on, from time to time. And every time I passed by him or I had the opportunity of working with him, he had this beautiful spirit and this light. And he always offered such wonderful, upbeat perspective, and he was really a glass half full type of guy. Now, there might be a bias here because I find that myself, I'm that way as well, but he just would always lift my spirits. He always had this just wonderful way about him. And I can remember every time I had a chance to encounter him, I would always thank him just for bringing who he is into the workplace. Because by being him, he was making my day better. And I so appreciated that. And so I told him specifically, his mannerisms, his perspective he offered, his big bright smile, how that made my day better. I told him specifically that that's what I appreciated and that's what I wanted to offer gratitude for. So strive to identify what that is for this particular coworker. Is it an action that they took? Is it the way that they spoke up in a meeting? Or is it simply by being them, their personality, and the way that they choose to shine their light in the workplace? By the way, are you getting value? Are you getting some good stuff from this content? Well, good, I appreciate you. And if you want to continue to appreciate good content, please be sure that you subscribe. I drop videos like this all the time, really focused on giving you value on a daily basis. So make sure you click subscribe, and I'll be so very appreciative if you do that. All right, let's get back into it. The third and final tip is to experiment and have fun in this journey of showing others appreciation. As your relationship evolves with this particular individual, strive to experiment, find new, fresh, and fun ways of showing appreciation, still abiding by their preference. For instance, if you have an individual who actually likes to have gestures or actions to show that you appreciate them, try different ways of doing so. Maybe you take them out to lunch. Maybe you're bringing them a coffee in the morning. Maybe you're bringing them their favorite sweet treat in the afternoon. Find different ways of showing that appreciation. That's going to keep things fresh, upbeat, and honestly, it's going to help to nurture your authentic connection with that individual. Okay, so thinking about appreciation, I actually want to offer something else to you completely for free, no dollars, don't cash at me, don't Venmo me. But I actually want to gift you a recording snippet of a keynote that I delivered to a client that was going through a lot of change, market volatility, as well as organizational change within the client's workforce. And specifically, I want to share with you the portion of the keynote where I was gleaning insights from our latest research on how to engage and lead others who might be struggling going through change. One of those insights has to do with appreciation and sharing empathy as well. And I want to share those insights with you completely for free. Now, of course, this is a keynote message that I'm paid to deliver by clients all over the world, but I'm gifting it to you today for free. All you gotta do is click on the link below. I wanna make sure you have the data, the research, the insights to fuel your growth through even your greatest change challenges. I'm Cassandra Worthy, and until we meet again, keep growing and keep rocking.